This would probably vary by commodity, but how much of the demand is from end users and how much is for speculation or synthetic purposes?
You're exactly right. It depends upon the actual commodity. Um, and it's a very difficult question to answer because we don't really have the data to actually see what's going on. So there's been a huge growth in kind of commodity product in terms of things like ETFs and funds that are just dedicated to investing in commodities, a huge growth in CTAs, all of this. Now, um, if I go and take a long-only passive position in commodities, like I'm not an end user, it's for my portfolio, um, but I'm also not a speculator. Does that make sense? So there are certain people that are speculating, like the CTAs, like certain hedge fund strategies. But I think that that sort of demand is overwhelmed by the end product demand plus just the passive demand that people want to complete their portfolio. Um, Commodities, um, that is a legitimate asset class. It should be in your portfolio. I was asked to review kind of a strategy for a very large private bank who will remain unnamed. And they basically, out to their high net worth clients, um, they've got an asset allocation scheme, and there's basically 8 categories to invest in, like small cap, US equity, small cap, non-US equity, and then various bond classes. And I looked at the 8, and there were no commodities. There was nothing. And I was just almost dumbfounded because if you think, as I said earlier on, if you think where's the upside in this economy? Well, commodities is one area that looks pretty good. Now, I'm talking generally in terms of all the commodities together, and I'm not certainly recommending taking a long-only position in a basket of commodities. I think you can do better than that. You can pick and choose, just like the equity question. Figure out which ones and invest in those rather than some kind of naive index. But the role of speculation, unless you lump in all the people that have billions of dollars in passive commodities as speculators, then I really don't think it's a driving force on average. There could be some instances, and certainly we have historically, like the Hunt brothers cornering the silver market. Historically, we've seen situations like that. It's more and more difficult to do that today.